Want me your Facebook out?
Okay, send it to me.
Yo, welcome to Let's Talk About It. This is your boy, the Black Kelly Sunrise in the building, Levi Hamlin, here at Let's Talk About It Shy. Want to thank you all for joining in to us, man, on this recording for YouTube and IG Live as well, man. Thanks for tuning in. Spread the word. Be sure to click that subscribe and comment, and that, you know, I don't like to say I don't like the likes, but in this case, click that like button, man, because we need you guys' support, man. We finna do some really big things here. So, no further ado, gotta introduce the panel. To my right, we got Mr. Wildcat, Mr. Big Ted, Delano's own Chicago legend in the hoop circuit. Jatim Young is in the building.
Man, I'm here. First off, I gotta get big like CL. because he getting shout outs and sung and everything. I mean, Do or Die did say CADILL, but the AC. But hey, I had a ball at Crane High School. Shout out to, man, Bigger Than Basketball, man. That was a movie. I'm so mad we didn't get to do interviews with Let's Talk About It Shy, but we won't miss the next one.
Absolutely. And to my left, some people know him as Out West.
This is what?
CL.
My twin.
Some people know him as Sag Swag.
You already know Team Sag. We in the building.
Others know him as Janky. But we got Corey CL Crockett is in the building.
What's going on, man? This dude lack.
Man.
Extra energy.
Yeah, man. And we got to sit here and say, hey, man, wish our boy Ooch could make it, man. He had a prior engagement. He had to take care of some things, man. He wish he could be here. He says, I'm here in spirit. You know what I'm saying?
Man, Ken Folk.
So, and we're here again. Before we go any further into the show, we got to give a large shout out to ME Marketplace for letting us do another show here. Miss Shatima, thank you. Always got to do that, man.
Yeah.
And also we got to give a shout out to One Life, man. You know, the intro song, Johnny Streams. Check it out, man. Court, tell them where they can check out all the One Life hits, man, even from back in the day.
Me, because I still got CDs. And
you gotta click on Corey page.
YouTube. Check out Max Julian, all his new stuff on all social media outlets.
Man,
so tune in.
Okay.
I gotta do something so I get on One Life. All you gotta do is say CL name.
I need to do 2 to 4 bars or something, man. You know, I'm trying to get paid.
She under the spell. Shout out to my boy CL. Hey, One Life in a second.
What's up with that?
Hey, man. Hey, you know what the funny thing is? I don't mean to get off track.
Yeah.
I got off into AME, A&E.
A&E or AME, like the TV network?
A&E, the TV, the network.
The network, A&E.
Yeah,
okay,
A&E.
yeah, right.
Okay.
Right.
And they got a show out called Origins of Hip Hop.
Okay.
And so I didn't want to get too much into it, but they had did one with Lil Jon. He was like, when his creative juices was so like dried up after his parents passed away, he said, man, they was looking for me to go solo. He said I had like 1 billion hits and went platinum off of 12 words. You know what I'm saying? In a song. Yeah. Turn up for what? Yeah. I was like, damn. I'm like, so hey, your creative juices out there for everybody that's listening, whether you know it or not.
Yeah.
So
Lil Wayne did the same thing. After you back it up, then stop. That's what got him on when he was the hot boy.
Wayne been a monster though.
Yeah, but I mean Wayne different. But like I feel what Lil Jon saying.
I think it was the ass in the video that really put all of them on. But that's the
John made party music.
Yeah, real. What's up, Pre?
Absolutely, man. So like I said, we're going YouTube live. This is we're doing a recording right now. We have some technical issues right now to keep us from going live. So everything that we're doing right now, we're absolutely recording. Should be up. I'm going to say Friday, the stroke of midnight, Friday, July 8th. Okay, I had to get the dates right. You know how I forget shit sometimes. So I'm 100 about my shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But hey, had a nice little week off, man, for my last show. I want to know what the fellas has been up to, man.
I've really been. I was with CL again. Shout out to Bigger Than Basketball. I got to experience like what it's like to go to a Chicago Red West basketball game, and it was a movie. Like it was incredible to see the entire West Side come through. Mm-hmm. And besides that, just finishing up this summer program with my masters, real strong, and basketball. That's what it's been. So locker room talk is fire. Let's talk about a Shy been fire, and y'all can't wait for the next live show we got.
All right, CL.
I just really been chilling, man. Just chilling, getting thoughts together.
Okay.
See what's the next play.
Okay.
That's basically it. Did you tell who you have and what guests you got coming up, man?
Oh man, we got
I ain't really been seeing,
Yeah, we got people coming up. Be on the lookout for Amari Sawyer. And I'm trying to get them
King
Westerhouse
Buddy.
boys. I'm trying to, Lil Jamal. I know you tuning in, and Lil Dave. We got to talk about like the origin of Westinghouse. Westinghouse, the way Westinghouse brought a crowd to the game. Like shout out to Manly Austin, that first game, and
Crane.
Marshall and Farragut with Patrick Beverly showed out. But man, that Crane Westinghouse game was just a different. It was like really being at like the Big Ten tournament or something like that.
Absolutely.
Besides being hot in there,
Hey.
I don't know how they did it.
Hey, see how many shots Pat Bell jack up?
About 60. That bell was gunning. And you like, man, I'm hooping.
Man, team hoop dreams.
All
Shout
right.
out to AG.
Absolutely.
AG was in the building.
Absolutely. All right, so hey, we got to go ahead and jump into this, man, because I know we're a little bit behind time. A lot of us got other stuff we want to do tonight. You know what I'm saying? It's G14 classified, but it is what it is. I'm on my Game of Thrones shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm shooting for when winter's coming. I'm trying to be king of the north. That's a whole other thing. Only my Game of Thrones fans know about what I'm talking about.
I'm low.
You gotta watch the show. Just watch the first season.
Yeah.
But anyway, we're gonna jump into this. As y'all see, I got the basketball, I got the hoop emoji, so we already know what topic we're going into right now.
Okay.
We're in the hoops, man. And this is gonna be hoops / politically related, man. We're gonna jump right to the Brittany Griner situation, man. As we all know, she got detained over there in Russia for carrying a little bit too much CBD oil, which is retarded as fuck to me, but I'm gonna get to that later. Russia caught her up. She been detained over there for months. You know what I'm saying? Unable to see your family. She's like within the last 2 to 3 weeks, been able to like write letters and send emails and stuff. As of yesterday, she was able to like do an email with President Biden to work on her release. As early as this morning, she had a court date where she pled guilty, threw herself at the mercy of the court, etc. So I want to get you guys' input about the whole Brittany Griner situation.
I'll start it off. I just think it's. I've been overseas before, and I understand that when you in the airport and they open up your carry-on or even your suitcases going underneath the plane, what they do is the first thing they do, you put your suitcases on this silver table. They open it up. All the stuff you folded up real neat and everything before you came to the airport, they take it all out and throw it all over the place. And then,
AKA fuck it up.
Yeah,
Okay.
and then they tell you, okay, you put this back and get in line. Like that's what they talk to you. If you got something that you can't take or that you shouldn't have in your suitcase, what they do overseas is, and everybody that's on my live that's played abroad that I see, shout out to y'all, they just take it and throw it in the trash. And then they let you get on the plane. You continue with your flight. It's bad timing because obviously us and Russia, we don't like each other. And then this war going on, and America's giving so much money to support Ukraine in this war. And Brittany Griner just happened to be in the middle of all that.
So basically, wrong place, wrong time.
Yeah, it's war.
Okay, CL.
I gotta agree with Jatim because she hoop over there, so I'm like, man, could have took that and threw it away. But then, for the previous 10 years, she begged for mercy so she get back home for her family. So, but again, we got to look at the politics of it. Russia is not America. So, hopefully she can come back home and get from over there. She been over there about 3 months now?
5 months. She been over there 5 months. And Russia don't like us.
Man, it's people that's been over there that did probably way less, and they still stuck with us. Again, they got different rules. So
yeah. I
just wish that they could come home. But I did see her coach say that if it was LeBron, he would have been back. And I was like, I don't think you want to say that. But I understand what she's saying.
I know what she's saying.
He a male, he got, a bigger name. They probably figured it out. But, the time we're living in now, it's a little different, So I wish her the best. Hope she can get back. But I just think that, her being a big figure in Russia and made a lot of money over there, and probably before them, playing on their teams, they could have brought her back. It's gone and got that out of there. Like she tried to come back with cocaine or pounds of weed and all that. You know,
Yeah.
so I don't know their laws over there, so I can't really.
Yeah, they could have easily threw that in the garbage and told her to get on the plane. Like she couldn't take that and get on the plane, and she would have been fine. But just like you said, Twin, she played basketball over there. She's a big star in Russia. Like Brittany Griner is a star. She's an American, and in the times we are. So when they had a reason to say, we got a USA Olympian and everything like that. Oh yeah, we taking her. See what we can get back for.
Yeah, they want to change like inmates, prisoners.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Some
that's
some
crazy.
dude that was like the trader that was trading like mass weapons or something, and the USA caught him. Yeah.
You know what? As much as I want to say this about basketball, and like you said, Tim, you traveled abroad before, you played overseas.
Right.
And you know how they do. So, like, if she's always done this, which has come to light in the public eye, this would have happened years ago. But, and I got my conspiracy brother hat on right now, so I gotta go there. But it's ironic, and you can't tell me the timing is off. Ukraine and Russia get into it, and all of a sudden now you want to detain one of America's own. In conjunction, food has went up because we talk about wheat, the food, wheat, any kind of wheat products. Now they say there's a shortage on it because of the import-export system that was produced over there in Russia, China and Russia. Okay, and then now you look at the gas prices. It's damn near doubled since they kicked off their war. So I'm thinking like the biggest name over there, that they could get was Brittany Griner. You don't hear about too many Americans going to Russia like that. And it's like, okay,
they pay over in Russia though.
Now that's one part of it.
Like Russia
and
pay.
Then there's the prisoner exchange aspect of it. I think we got somebody detained over here that Russia really won't back that can contribute towards the war of some kind that's going on between them and Ukraine. That's my honest opinion about it. Then again, I watch a lot of movies where it talks about shit like this, so you can take it with a grain of salt if you want to.
You want the taking father to go get Brittany Griner?
No, you ever see Air Force One?
Oh, okay, yeah.
They the bomb rush and hijack Air Force One with Harrison Ford.
Yeah, I remember that.
So they could let loose a Russian general, and they was like, if he get loose, they gonna lose. I understand it's a movie, but the old adage, art imitates life.
Wow. They
Just saying.
They get on they get the judge on the phone and they hear that voice. I have a set of skills. Now, what do you say in the movie? I have a set of skills. If you let her go, this will be the end of it. Mm-hmm. But I will hunt you down.
Mm-hmm. And what that motherfucker say before he hung up the phone? Good luck. So I mean, that's my point of it, man. I'm like, it cannot. And like I said, I would not think nothing more of that if she ain't been doing that like several times before. She's known for going to Russia. Yeah. And it's like
she's a superstar.
The time you can't tell me that the timing off of it is not a bit suspicious.
Yeah, no, it's clear. It's clear as day. It don't got suspicion to it. It's clear as day, and like I said, USA is supporting Ukraine, and it just so happened Brittany Griner, she just got caught in a situation. She's just caught in the middle of a bad situation, but I'm praying for her health, her mental health, her safety over there, and for her to come home and for like America to figure it out to get her back here. Shout out to the WNBA for making her honorary All-Star. That was big of the league
that was real
to let her know that they love her and they care about her sisterhood.
Now don't let me go flip side now. Here let's talk about it. I will put it out there. Unlike Draymond Green, when we talk about we are the new media, where we gonna tell the damn truth and keep it 100.
That is the truth.
You know what? It's funny. It's funny how some women, or lesbians, or however you want to call them nowadays,
going up. These girls are waiting on us to say something.
You know what I'm saying? It's funny how they want to be treated like a man until it's time to be treated like a man, and then it's like when you do the things go, it's all. Now they want to pull the card. They want to go back to the card. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just like, I want to say gay people so bad, but we might get cut off. But I don't give a fuck. Gay people. All right, it's funny how you the minority until you get treated like a minority, then you want to go back and pull the regular card that you was already going with.
But at the end of the day, she's still a human, though. You know.
Yeah.
She's
I'm not debating that.
You know, so does the crime fit the bill? I don't know they rules.
I'm not arguing that.
Her, to come home and shit. African American. So her being over there and going through something like that, man, it got to be tough. 5 months away from your family.
Yeah, that is.
And I got a story, a true story for y'all that happened. I know an athlete, an American athlete in a different country, who got into like some altercations. Did something that was way worse. An American that did something way worse than what Brittany did was detained, locked up, and they allowed that player to get free and to finish the season and to go home without any being reprimanded or anything like that. So that just show you how what was going on in her situation, and she could have been anywhere else. And like I said, I've been overseas. If you got something in your bag that they don't agree that you should have on the plane, they just simply throw it away. It could be alcohol, like it could be marijuana. If you got it, hash, they'll just take it out your bag and they'll just throw it in the trash.
But this is CBD oil, man. They got worse shit over there, man.
It's just where we at, bro.
I understand. Okay, yeah. So we're gonna transition real quick because I just want to get out there. But with all that said, even though I sound like an asshole when I said that, I do hope Brittany does come home. Hope the best for her. I hope for her and her family. Keep your heads up. I mean that sincerely. You are a human being. You're human first. Respect goes a long way, and you should be treated as such, regardless of what you have, how you live your life, etc. I always say this: everybody got a mama and daddy.
I hope this doesn't happen, but something like this can start a war. We ain't trying to go to no war with no Russia. So work something out, America, Russia. Let that lady come on.
Absolutely. So we're gonna transition, man, because like I said, as y'all see, I still got the basketball emojis up, man.
Okay.
So let's get off into number one, because it's been a while since we talked about sports.
Okay.
NBA playoffs as a whole.
Right.
NBA draft.
Okay.
NBA summer league.
All right. Early on.
The extensions, trades, and signings.
Okay.
And let's just go from there.
I'll start off again, I guess. To summarize the NBA playoffs and everything that happened, Steph is the most dangerous and scariest player in the world in basketball. Giannis Antetokounmpo is the best player in basketball. With the draft, I'm liking the kid Jabari Smith from Auburn. I think he's.
They're about to play tonight.
They're about to play tonight. Yeah. That's right. I think he's out of everybody. I do think he might be the best player. He might. I think he's gonna be kind of like Jason Tatum type of player, because Tatum I felt should have went first. That Donovan Mitchell draft and all that, and they took the boy who broke his arm from Washington or whatever, couldn't shoot no more.
Yeah.
Phelps. They took Phelps, but I felt, and I think Tatum went third that year in that draft. I think Smith should have been first, but the boy from Duke, I like him. I think he fit perfectly with Houston. And we saw Chet Holmgren in 2 games. He had a double-double his second game. His day one, 23.6 blocks.
Did you watch yesterday, though?
Yeah.
He was getting body yesterday.
Oh yeah, he played against baby Zach Randolph. Shout out to Ken Lofton Jr. But all these boys pros. Yeah, they let him know. I'm a pro too.
Man, he looked. Yeah,
I didn't realize he was that big though.
Yeah, Chet big. He had a good first game.
Yeah, he the real big baby.
He had. Hey, guess what? Chet had a really good first game.
Right.
Until he ran up against Team Birdie.
Team Birdie.
You know what I'm saying? Man, he got.
Ja Morant was in the stands.
He got what's his name?
He's so skinny though.
Yeah, lucky.
What's his name? Off the movie Leon character. What's his name? He got the Tommy Shepard treatment. He got the Tommy Shepard treatment in the first half. You know, in the whole he got the Tommy Shepard. How Tommy Shepard got treated in the first half.
Yeah.
Chet got bodied the whole game like that. Like, damn, you know what I'm saying?
Nah, Ken Lofton Jr. He balled, and obviously they know each other from AAU. They've been friends for a long time. But a lot of people felt that Lofton should have got drafted, just like the kid from Illinois. He didn't get drafted. I thought he should at least made second round draft pick, but because of the big man's role in the NBA, guys like Lofton that I think will make a team, they don't have to waste a draft pick on him because of like the big, unless you like a Giannis or you like an Embiid, you're not gonna get drafted as a big. And then what happened to the big fella from Illinois? What's his name?
Kobe Kingston.
Kofi Cockburn.
Cockburn.
He played pretty solid, but he didn't get drafted. But he's in Utah now, so he's in a good situation because Gobert, the dumbest straight up CL. I'm gonna go ahead and let you go crazy.
Yeah, Minnesota gave up too much for him.
Oh my
Too
God!
much. I know he's defensive player of the year, but you don't give up that much for that guy. Now, unless they got, some guys that got their arm to surround that team around, because now you need some shooters. And Edwards and Towns can, work it out with Gobert.
Yeah.
They can be a young, dangerous team.
6 first round picks for a dude that can't show up in the playoffs.
That's a big. It can be a big mistake, but we'll see. We'll see what they surround these guys. These guys, because Cat now he can play off the ball, which you want to do anyway.
It's like Deshaun Watson getting $260 million. So if you trade 6 first round, that's why they can't trade Kevin Durant, because they looking like, well, if y'all gave up 6 first rounders for Rudy Gobert, that means we just got to get y'all whole team.
No, they was trying to get Cat and Edwards for Durant. They was like, oh no, you can hang that up. So
yeah,
it's weird. See, like NBA on the finals was pretty cool. Steph did what he do. I think Boston, they weren't ready for that light. They young, they got time. But a lot of people think they should get a better point guard because
got Brogdon, baby.
Yeah, I like Brogdon, but he can't stay on the court. That's the problem. He be hurt a lot. So the Bulls, they re-signed Zach LaVine. A lot of people said no. I'm like, well, that's the best thing out there, and he earned it.
See, people say you need to talk louder because they can't hear you.
Oh, then you got Kyrie Irving. You don't know what I mean. I call him knees for a reason. I've been saying that for the longest. You don't know what he gonna do. So, but I got a feeling he gonna end up in LA for some odd reason. They gonna try to pull the trigger, get him over to LA
So that means
and there'll be some motherfucking dummies, but that's me.
I mean, but then is Durant willing to play with Russell Westbrook again?
No, they trying to trade Russ for him.
So
but Russ making like $47 million.
Hold on, they trying to trade Russ for who?
Westbrook.
Whoever take that damn contract.
Yeah, that's really what they trying to get rid
of.
No,
who they trying to trade Russell Westbrook for?
Whoever they can get that rid of that contract.
Right, so if they trade for Kyrie, that means Russell Westbrook is gonna play with Kevin Durant.
I know. In LA, they trying to get him over to LA.
They trying to link up the old band with former teammates.
Right,
but is
Kevin
KD
Durant
gonna play? Is he
not
trying
KD?
To play with him?
Kyrie Irving.
No, I'm saying, but if Russell Westbrook, who he left OKC because of,
I guess he ain't got no choice if he get traded.
All right,
so this, to me, this is just a bad situation all around.
Shout out to Matt Coswell, a beast from
I'm so lost on that because it seems like it's at a stalemate.
All right, so here's the thing. If you paid attention to the reports, Kyrie, when Kevin Durant went to the Nets, the deal was Kyrie comes with him. So in order for you to get KD at the time, you had to bring on Kyrie. So he's loyal to Kyrie. Right. That's his boy. You know what I'm saying? So you fast forward, Kyrie does what he did. Kyrie's looking out for Kyrie. He don't want to get the shot. He takes sabbaticals. It is what it is. And so now, this is the second year in which they missed out on a possible championship. It comes back down to the Nets deciding if they want to move on from Kyrie or not because of the headache.
He already signed $36 million.
All right, but he opted back in on a contract. He had a player option to opt back in. New Jersey never gave him the super max, which is what he wanted. And it's funny because when he didn't get the super max extension, he opted back in, and then it seemed like the next day or a few hours, within 24 hours, KD requested for a trade.
Nah, KD requested for a trade before that. You know what? I don't agree with everything Skip Bayless says, especially like when it comes to like certain things he said about the NBA. But one thing I agree with him on, and Chris Broussard on this. They got Kevin Durant under contract for 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
They got Kyrie under contract this upcoming year for $35 million. They sit down and tell them, boys, we not trading. So you either not gonna play, and then we could just find you all year, or y'all can sit in this room, argue it out, wrestle. Here go some boxing gloves. Y'all get it off y'all chest, and y'all hoop for us. Because Brooklyn wanna compete for a championship right now. You got Kyrie Irving, you got Kevin Durant. Ben Simmons, I hope he in the gym working and doing whatever he need to do mentally and getting his game ready. And then
that's 6'10" Kyrie.
Well, 6'10" Kyrie. Well, his body is fine. It ain't his body. His mind gone. His body cool. It ain't his body.
Like I said, 6'10" Kyrie.
Yeah, but it's the other way. Kyrie mind strong, but his knees don't work.
All right, but he play when he want to play. So it's 6'10" Kyrie.
Nah, he play because he can't play. You put him on. You remember that old Lethal Weapon movie when he had that mental thing when he was shooting, and Samuel L. Jackson started doing the shaky thing. That's how Ben Simmons is. He get on the court and he nervous. Okay. And they don't want to put him on the court to look bad because he hasn't gotten over those obstacles and that challenges. You know, like they say, he got them demons in his head about him. You know, him stepping up in the playoffs and performing, kind of like what happened with Nick Anderson with the free throws. Mm-hmm. That's like what Ben Simmons going through. You feel what I'm saying?
Nick Anderson didn't stop shooting though.
But the problem
is he didn't stop shooting free throws.
The problem is they just ain't played together long enough.
Right.
And now a lot of people felt like Kyrie was just taking time out and he wasn't being on the court. It hurt them with their chemistry. So if they can get it together, man, they can definitely still be a problem in the East. But my question is, did Steph break their molds, showing them like, guys, once our band back together, we unstoppable. They the OGs now of the game. You know, them guys in their early 30s, and they got young talent. Even though they lost, I don't know who left yet, but I know Gary Payton left.
Gary Payton,
yeah. But he wasn't like a factor like a Poole would be coming off the bench.
Right.
So it's gonna be interesting with basketball season. You still got a lot of ways to go.
The boy from Georgetown left. That played at Georgetown. That played with the Bulls. Otto something.
Otto Porter. That's needs number 2. He can't stay healthy for nothing. He came and robbed Washington.
That's weed. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know what's wrong. But it's funny that he got over there and played some big games. I was like, what was this when we need you, man?
Yeah.
Okay.
But, I mean, it is what it is.
All right, I'm gonna say this here.
Oh, and then you can't not summarize the NBA playoffs without saying 2 words: Luka Doncic. I mean, I like Memphis too, but Luka Doncic.
He just lost Bronson to New York, and I don't think Bronson's
that
type
Woods.
of guy.
They picked
right. I don't
Woods.
think Bronson's the type of guy that's going to carry a team like New York. New York, I don't know what's going on.
They gave him $100 million.
That's one of the craziest organizations ever. They be making the dumbest decisions.
I want to know who his agent is.
But whoever's agent is definitely hit a lick.
Man. Well, you know what? I'm gonna say like this: playoffs from top to bottom. I loved it. You know what I'm saying? It was great
really
game.
dope,
it was great games. It was some competition outside the first round where Boston put the spanking on Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying? And you can come up with a lot of other reasons why that happened, but they didn't play enough together, or you got so many superstars with egos on the team, they finally clashed at the wrong time. Phoenix, that looked like the runaway to the finals. You know, they had one bad game that did them in against Dallas. You see, Andrew Wiggins kind of grew up right before your very eyes on big stage because
he was able to do that with Steph. You know, doing what he did.
He didn't have pressure.
He didn't have a lot of pressure.
Right,
that number 1 guy. But don't forget about Giannis.
Yep, Giannis did.
They went
the best player of basketball.
Giannis did his thing,
but don't think Giannis sitting back just watching. He working. He coming back stronger than ever next season.
Giannis is right now the best
Porter
player in
just
basketball.
got a deal. Mm-hmm. You know,
who just got a deal?
Porter's got re-signed too.
Porter's. Bobby Porter's did just sign.
I'm going to tell you 2 teams that really look out for right now.
For next season?
And they both impressed me in the first round. That is the New Orleans Pelicans and the Minnesota
yes.
Timberwolves.
But that depends on how
I
healthy
don't think
Zion
Timberwolves
gonna
like
be. That's gonna.
I mean
be
that's
the
going.
key factor
That's going. A lot of that's going to depend. I agree.
because he's an unselfish player, but he can dominate at will if he
Right.
wanted to. If he get that killer instinct and can stay in shape,
with Alvarado and all, and they deep too.
And I'm saying like,
and they look like they well coached. You know, picking up McCullough. Ingram is. I don't know. He like an X factor to me because he be just gunning. If he could play within that system, knowing like, me and McCullough can score, but we know we got to really kind of go through Zion.
but a Zion is
And
going
he'll make our buckets easier.
A Zion
Man.
is going to open up the whole floor for those guys to just pad their stats, light up their stats even more because he's that much of a threat. But I also say I said Minnesota because I think it's official right now.
I don't believe in Minnesota. I think they
Cat-
got worse.
Karl Anthony Towns, in my opinion,
He's so
is the most
inconsistent.
overrated. No, he's the most overrated number one ever at this
Oh
point.
no, he ain't. Have you seen Anthony Bennett? That man went number one.
Nah,
Terrible.
he's
Man,
he's a bust. But I'm saying
Nah, he
you're saying
overrated.
like star potential, but he just it's like when you in the playoffs in high pressure situations, palms get sweaty, muscles get tight. The one person that showed up that he said, "This is my team now, nigga." It's
Patrick
Anthony
Beverly.
Edwards. It's Anthony
Oh
Edwards.
no,
Patrick Beverly showed up
But
in the
Elvis had a
playoffs.
game, a few games where he just wasn't consistent at that either. So I ain't gonna just put it off on Town. But Town did have some disappointing numbers.
He played like
That couple
he played
games.
like he was a rookie in a player. Like the offensive fouls he was getting and the way he was playing in certain situations. Like they lost the series to Memphis because of him.
Yeah.
I will say that. I would agree with that. But overrated, I can't go that far because he balls out. Like after Embiid, Jokic, Embiid, however you want to see it. Karl Anthony Towns, the third best center in the league.
That was.
I won't go that far, but okay.
Who better than Karl Anthony Towns after Jokic and Embiid in the NBA at that spot?
Is he really a center or power forward?
They
He's
had
a
him at
center.
center though.
Had him
He was
at
like
center.
center forward.
Yeah, he's a center.
But at the same time,
unless you say Anthony
a lot
Davis a five.
But let's think about how they talked about Denver.
Yeah.
Jokic got MVP
Two.
back to back. Ain't been to the West Conference
Hey,
Finals
hey,
yet.
You know what? I'm glad you asked me that question.
Oh,
'cause
heavy.
I'm
He
glad-
should have won his.
I'm glad you.
I thought Embiid would have got it, but
I'm glad you answered that question because how would you look at Bam in Miami?
Bam is not
Bam a
nah.
4.
He a force ass in a 3 body.
He a 4. He a 4. He a 4 that they do.
But they play him at center.
But I'll put it to like
when they
this.
go small.
All my FanDuel people know what it is when it comes to Bam.
But
He messing
Bam not
up
better
numbers.
than Karl Anthony Towns
Hell
though.
nah.
Bam still not better than Karl.
He's a
Even
guy
if
you
he
go.
was a 5.
He's not a player you give the ball to and say go give me a
Go
bucket like that. He
Go
ain't
give me
built
40.
like that.
Yeah.
You'll take Cat over Sabonis.
Sabonis
he a
who?
4.
Yeah, but
Sabonis
Sabonis.
But Sabonis a 4 though.
Cat got some.
I mean, you know what? I
repertoire.
don't. It's positionless.
You disappointed in him. I understand.
It's so positionless
man?
now. It's so positionless now. I don't even think trying to classify them in positions matter anymore, though.
No, but when you talk about the centers in the league, you're going to go Jokic Embiid or Embiid Jokic, whoever you like. I mean, either way, I can't argue that anymore. Especially after what Jokic showed me against, in the playoffs, but definitely what he showed me against Golden State. Jokic said, y'all finna stop talking about me like I'm soft or something. Jokic hooped this year. He was definitely MVP worthy. Last year, I still thought either Steph should have got it or Embiid should have got it, even on Embiid to play. But this year,
Embiid lost it down the stretch.
He lost because he was hurt.
Okay, what about-
hurt his numbers?
What about DeAndre Ayton?
Ayton
Hell
ain't in the they trying to trade
They
him,
trying
bro.
to trade that man.
No, hold on. They want to resign him, but they don't want to pay him.
He should have
Right.
been killing. He should have been killing on the post. Man.
Hey,
Like
sister.
Golden State is short. Like how you supposed to be down there? Give me the ball, feed me. But
No, they played Dallas.
Dallas, I'm sorry. Right, that's even worse.
Yeah.
I give you that.
So then not only that,
And then he cursed out the coach or something like that.
they supposed to bump heads.
Yeah,
so.
the religious man, the religious
yeah.
coach. Yeah, he said I ain't playing.
Yeah.
I'm finna. What's the coach name for the Patriots
Belichick.
in the Super Bowl? He Belichicked him.
Oh damn.
He Belichicked him.
Okay, I mean that can go.
I put it to you like this:
either way.
we got some
Some
nice,
Crystal.
we got some nice young team that's coming along. But is Golden State still at the top of the mountain.
Yes, they went in again.
Yeah,
Okay. Who's
it
their
could be.
big-
It could be said. It could be said. We might not be saying Golden State. Yeah,
Who's their biggest threat?
Nobody.
Memphis was giving Golden State all they could handle until Ja Morant got hurt.
But you see, they beat them by 35 without him, right? But you
I
see when
did.
they end up coming back and beat them, when the moments where they needed Ja because they had no closer, they couldn't beat him.
Right.
You know, so
I could give you Memphis. I wouldn't argue Memphis, but I mean I got to see how Murray gonna come back with with Denver.
Yeah.
I just don't see.
Murray
I
gonna probably have a slow start because he ain't played
and
basketball
then,
damn
and,
near 2 years.
Clay coming back off a full summer. Wiseman coming back off a full summer. Like you talking about two guys that's gonna be in a bag.
Wise might have the same. Wise might have the Klay Thompson effect where Klay was up and down all season, even in the playoffs. He had some moments.
Man, he
But
was
Clay
Clay
knew,
didn't play. He
Clay
wasn't
knew when
Clay.
to come through. When to
Yeah.
come through
he
though,
only had
because he
out
been
of
up.
the whole playoff. He had maybe 4 games where you was like, damn. And I'm like, come on, Clay. But I gotta also realize what he coming off of.
Off
man.
2 serious leg injuries.
So,
All right, yeah. So now that's like I said, and what I actually love about this year's basketball season, basketball to me got a little bit more back to.
I know who the
basketball.
threat is.
Now you got a little bit back to basketball because it was like creating these super teams ain't the way to go no more.
Yeah.
You get you a unit that can feed off each other and you can go far in the playoffs. Like
build
Golden
around
State,
your superstar.
Golden State. And here's another thing. Look at the two and here's the thing where everybody's putting their eggs at the free agency and stuff. Look at the 2 teams that was in the finals.
Boston and Golden, two homegrown teams.
That built they built
their team
they built the team
homegrown.
they built their team through the draft. Those teams had some struggles, but they got there. They had time to grow. They had the time to get the continuity
Develop,
and develop. And like a lot of people are not big on Boston, but Boston's going to come back strong next year. I feel.
I know who the Golden State
But
player
the East is almost like back in the '90s, where the East is so congested with talent. It's gonna be a dog fight.
Do you think?
And they in the East.
Do you think
Golden State
the Bulls
challenge.
going to be a threat? Meaning, because I think Zach and DeRozan only played 1 season with each other,
You know, we got Andre Drummond,
and we got Drummond.
and I'm like, and
That's
if you remember last year around this time, I was
Vucevic
like,
go to the 4.
I was like, when we got DeRozan, I was like, we need one more big body like to take care
that's
of
what
the
we got
dirty
killed
work,
that,
like
on a big
Andre
Simmons,
like
yeah.
an Andre Drummond. And I was actually feeling to get Drummond last year, but he ended up signing with, I think it was Philadelphia first,
And
And
and then he got
Brooklyn.
traded to Brooklyn.
But when Embiid went down, Drummond
Yeah.
came in, was getting like 18 boards,
And,
15 boards.
and what I like about him is he can
Create
play his game. You don't have to run plays to him, and he's going to get you anywhere from 14 to 18 points a game off
Nah.
of rebounding and putbacks.
He ain't gonna rebound. He's not a scorer like that.
No, I'm saying rebounds
He
and
should be
You
putbacks.
got
Yeah.
Lonzo Ball at your point guard. He can get him 5 lobs a game.
Right, he should be
Easy
able to
bucket.
average at least 10, 11.
Like Chris
boards.
Paul used to do for Tyson Chandler. Just put it at the rim.
I think a Bulls healthy team changes the equation as well. A healthy Bulls,
Milwaukee Bucks is Golden State's threat. That was the thing I was getting to. That's the only threat Golden State.
Okay.
Milwaukee Bucks. I want to see Milwaukee healthy with Middleton against Golden State.
But
That's
Boston,
going to be the
Boston
finals next
problem
year.
was they fell in love. Well, they played the same game, but they were shooting a bunch of threes.
Yeah.
And Steph and them are a little better shooting threes than them.
Yeah.
When the pressure
A
gets
lot
tight,
better.
Golden State been there. Boston never been
25 to
there.
2, 28 to 2 run in like the span of minutes.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
I mean, again, that's what I mean by the bright lights. You know, Steph and them been there. Boston is their first time. So,
Yeah.
I mean, they can keep that core together. They'll be all right. They young. They like 23, 22, 23.
If right now you had to decide Boston against Milwaukee Eastern Conference Finals, healthy Middleton, going into next year, they see each other. Who you taking coming out with Brogdon? Because I
that
think
can be 7.
that is going
That
to
can be
be.
another 7-game series.
I think the Final Four next year is going to be Memphis, Golden State, and Milwaukee.
Yeah, I mean, it
Boston.
still depends on how it falls, you know, the seeding. So we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. That's all we do.
And Luka Doncic, please remember that name. He is a problem.
Luka gotta get in better shape too, because he missed a
Yeah.
lot of games too.
He's a problem.
Luka, the team surrounded by him, so you need
All right.
a lot of shooters.
But
All right,
Golden
so
State
hey.
next year to win it.
All right, so we gotta keep it moving real quick because we gotta get ready to wrap up the show.
All right.
And I'm gonna be honest with you, crowd. You know what I'm saying? My low battery came on, so you know we got to keep going. So, you know what I'm saying? So here's another thing too. Old media versus new media. Draymond makes a big thing about old media. He goes after the old media heads. Old media's coming back, clapping back. That, you know, the big rivalry is not even on the court no more. It's between Draymond, Skip Bayless, and neither one of them want to sit down on each other's platform and hash it out. And they question each other's credentials and stuff like that. So I want your guys' opinion about how you feel between this new rivalry brewing between the old media and the new media.
I think that what it is with the old media and against the new media mainly is it's a lot of the ball players that's on the new media now that's stepping up, question guys that never played the game. So with that being said, you got friction. Mm-hmm. So they like, we play the game, but you just judging off what you see, you know. So I mean, Draymond makes some good points at time, but you know, he a talker. You know, these guys been analyzing the game for a very long time, so they gonna probably sit at two different views because one been on that court and then one just watch it from the camera. So that's my take on it.
All right.
I seen First Take struggle for ratings.
Mm-hmm.
I seen First Take the old media, Stephen A. Smith and them. I seen them struggle for ratings. That's what happened when Patrick Beverly showed up on their show. They was number one the whole week. They was number one, and they bumped like Skip Bayless and them, I think, down to two. When every time Pat Beverly came on the show.
Is that mainly because there's a bunch of disagreement, or wait, Pat was just kind of nonchalant?
It's Pat Beverly.
What are you talking about?
Pat Beverly was talking to him, and he was treating him like, "Well, who's you talking to? I don't care nothing about that analytics, and because you scored a 1,500 on your ACT or whatever like that, I don't care about that." And that's what Draymond say. Fam, I don't care that you went to a game that I was watching too, and you did a book report and turned your book report in the New York Times. I'm on the court playing. I'm preparing. I know what it feel like to bump bodies with Giannis, and I know what it feel like to be in front of Chris Paul and to touch him. You don't. You watching. I'm playing. So is that, and so now, and then with the old media, new media, it wasn't social media back then. So the old media didn't have a lot of following. With the new media, with like LaVar was saying, with all these players, they got 10, 20 million followers. And anything Draymond do, that's why Draymond don't need to go on Undisputed. He don't need to do a press conference because he can go on his platform, the Draymond Green Show, and 2 million people is going to tune in and watch.
But it's funny you say that because it seemed like he built his following, even though he a ball player, as far as media, going on these platforms like TNT, like ESPN. You know what I'm saying? He haven't been on.
He got the hookah vape.
So it's mean to me when it comes to certain media, it's just a base of opinion. Mm-hmm. You know, most is, but when you speak facts, then that's when the players be like, you know, I know this, and the third. So, it's kind of entertaining. That's
it
really,
is.
that's
I think
really
Skip Bayless.
But I ain't watched ESPN.
I used to watch Skip Bayless on
about a week or two. I really ain't been watching it. So
Skip Bayless used to intimidate people because he know how to use words to carve you up, and he used to carve up journalists, people that went to school, like he went to school to learn how to do media. Well, athletes get media training, but then they also play. So when Skip Bayless try to do all that aggressive talk like he do with Shannon, they like, okay, well, let me show you how to be aggressive. And it's an exciting, like you said, CL, it's an entertaining pushback because you talking to people like Shannon Sharpe, who was that dude in the NFL. You talking to people like Draymond Green, who's that dude. You talking to Patrick Beverly, who's one of them ones in the NBA, and they bringing it to the media. And we want to see it. We like it, and I think that's what Draymond Green is talking about when he's talking about the new media.
Before you go, but I find I'm gonna parallel that what you just said to music. How when you listen to most of the media outlets as far as music, they have their personality part with school for this, that, and the third. But I always wonder why the hell they bring the comedians. A lot of them ain't went to school for that.
No.
But they bring them in because the jokes keep people tuned in. Kind of like what you're saying, old school media versus new media. And you got all these newer guys coming in. Most of them are playing ball, like the Jalen Rose. Shout out to Jalen Rose because he's been on Skip ass for I don't know how long.
A beast.
So when you see guys like that, it make you like, okay, perk up because them guys play the game. Yeah. But they not always right as well.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
Well, let me say this: old school, new school media, same shit. Because ain't nobody ever wrong with these motherfuckers. They all of them have a hard time saying, I fucked up. I chose the wrong horse. I didn't account for this. All right, that's number one. Number two, I understand where the players push back because you're actually playing the game. You know the X's and O's and everything, and you see little tails in another player's game when you're playing. So yeah, I get it from that part as a player. Now, when I take a step back and I look at it from a fan's perspective and everything, and I'm a parallel this aspect. Sam Presti, has an alpha scouting talent. A lot of these guys never played, but they build legendary rosters that win championships. Greg Popovich never played, but he's possibly going down as one of the greatest coaches ever.
but Jerry West played, and he's been on championship
Yep,
teams
yep.
that he built.
But they don't never go at each other in either case. Like there's a level of respect that comes around with saying, and here's the thing with the new media or the new generation, they do not know how to respectfully respect another person's opinion if it differs from them.